Cool.
But
now, one thing, I don't know if this is what you want to go over now, if you want to just do the pitching, but so as far as the screaming side of things is going, it has been getting better and better. I know that you left me one message saying that I need to either decide, I need to decide whether I'm going to do it the way that I'm doing it and get better at that, or I need to go down the direction of doing it more so like a fry and having it quiet.
Yeah.
I need some advice on that because I feel like I'm getting better at doing it the way that I was doing it.
Yeah.
But I don't know long term if that's sustainable. Like it feels like it's getting better and better and not hurting, like less and less. And that's like the Shave! Why?
Yep.
Which I feel not as like I feel like a little. Obviously, my throat hurts a little bit now, so it's harder. But from like the first day that I came to you to now, that feels so much cleaner just to go straight into that without really warming it up that much.
Yeah, it makes...
No, I warmed up at home. I warmed up. But I mean like...
Even when you're sick as well too.
I mean like usually I've got to be like, why? And build up into it. But now I feel like I can just be like more going into it.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure what your thoughts are on that. Whether I should just try and do away with that way of doing it and just realise that that's probably not going to be sustainable.
Okay. So we always look at long goal, okay, about what we're doing, okay. You always want to go with what you feel you most naturally want to go with, okay. Now, Jake from In Heart's Wake, he does all his stuff loud, and as I said, he did 9 months last year of touring in a row.
He doesn't really sing though. He just does that.
He just does the screaming stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, Kyle does all the other stuff. Yes, I know you're doing but remember when you first come into me, you were having difficulties with your screaming stuff.
Yeah.
And your clean stuff you were saying, hey, it's not causing me any pain or fatigue. So my main focus point was to focus on getting this area clean up, getting this area pain free. With technique.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we need to go with a technique that's conducive for you. Do you know what I mean? He does it loud. The guy from Devil Wears Prada does it loud as well too.
Yeah.
These are big touring bands. Okay. What we'll do is, because this is where you've come from, and we're making really great inroads. Hopefully, once you get this cold out of the way, and we get your technique, your breathing, and everything back, we're going to be going back into getting your harder sounds sounding better. I need you to make sure you breathe a lot more. I want you to make sure you're supporting with your stomach a lot more, because we are still got a lot of pressure, a lot of redness in the face. So I want more support underneath the vocal cords, not so much everything about to sort of too much pressure in the head. So we're going to keep on going with the way that we're going, because it's working and we're using that, okay? Yeah. Once we've got that down, then we're going to go into, and you're 100%, we're going to go into doing some different sounds, different fries.
Well, at least we'll get this one.
Exactly.
Because I know I was listening to Ollie Sykes from Bring Me, and he was saying that he uses this, but he also has the backup one for if his voice is kind of fucked out, he'll just do that. And he won't use his main one.
That's what we're going to do. You know, we want to really, with you, we want to turn you into Mike Patton. We want you to be able to do it from Faith No More. We want you to be able to do every type of thing that we can. Yeah. That's ultimately. But as I said, we're going to get this down first, and then we're going to go and start doing some different. We're going to mess around with some fries, some in between fries. So half of what you're doing, and a fry, but so it's a louder fry basically. Then some real quiet fries as well too, doing stuff quietly, just in case just to give us some different sounds. Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to have as many colours as we can. But ultimately, if shit gets real, and like one of my bands, Contrive, they're supporting Riverside now through America. I don't know. I looked on their lists of how many, and it looked like they were doing maybe about 30 plus dates. Yeah. Of America. And I remember looking through it and saying to Paul, going, dude, where's LA here, man? And where's Minnesota? Why haven't you got two of the biggest rock? Yeah. Anyway, that's just between me and him. Yeah. There were some things that were really missing there. LA was missing. I don't know why they weren't playing LA. Yeah. For some reason. I'm sure they were playing playing Vegas? I don't think but I 100% I know LA and Minneapolis wasn't there. I was like, whoa, they're two big places you want to play. And I think Boston wasn't on there, but Cambridge was on there, which is a suburb of an outer suburb of Boston. So it was, I know DC wasn't on there either for sure, which is
crazy times.
But anyway, we just we want to use what we can do. And look, the whole thing is that even when we sing things, if we sing things a little bit lighter, people aren't going to really notice it. You know, like if you listen to James Hetfield now from Metallica, he's clean now. He's not dirty. He's not dirty at all. So, you know, we can always get around doing different things, changing things up. You know?
Okay, cool.
You know, the guy from Brim is probably the great example of that. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does stuff, sometimes he doesn't. It's a bit like Bob Dylan, depends on what he's feeling like on the day. So we're going to get this one thing down, because we're probably about 70% there. We just need to get consistency with it. And then we're going to bring in other elements.
Because I had a couple of days, man, where I had these fucking practices that were just so good. Like I ran through our old set like twice, and then I ran through all these pop songs that I was singing, all this stuff, and then I did some really heavy shit and just like went, and then afterwards I was just like, sweet, I feel fine, you know. So it's just about getting that to be more consistent. Yeah,
dude, make sure if you have a big thing like that as well too, in the future I'm going to give you a professional warm-up exercise, but we want to just cool down as well too, just to remove lactic acid there. So just even just doing some wheeze, wee, really lightly when you finish. Wee, you're packing up your gear, whatever it is. Wee. And just do some really light stuff finishing up.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to give you a professional warm-up exercise in the future once. You don't need it right now because you're not sort of playing or touring. And a really important thing with that is, Josh, is what we need to do is if you hook into an area of what you've done, hey, this is good. Dude, we need to try to go later on and emulate that same thing. And how much did I tighten? Where's the placement? What's my mouth doing? How much energy am I using? We need to go and emulate that again and again and again. We need to hit that same thing because, dude, it's just consistency. Why are the big touring bands better? Because they just go and play and rehearse. For a long time. I don't want to go on to about Metallica, but before Metallica started a show, they rehearsed for weeks on it every day. You know, and it must be, you know, kind of boring for them, but they know their stuff backwards. Yeah. You know, and that's the same thing with you'll just get better, but you're going to get consistency is a big thing. We need to try to do that the next day. And then the big challenge is that, you know, on a Friday after we've worked 40, 50 hours and I'm effed, let's come in and do it again. Let's do some jumping jacks. Let's have a coffee. Let's get the energy. Let's get it again. I'm not feeling as good as what I was the last couple of days. Yeah. I need to get the same thing because if I'm touring, man, and I've got 4 hours on the tour bus, what are we going to do? So same.
And that's, like, I practice every single night without fail, every single day. It's more so just some days are good and some days are bad. And that's the thing at the moment. Like, I'm consistent, but sometimes I'll come in and I just can't do it. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We've got to hook on to
the good days.
Why are we feeling? How am I feeling? What am I doing? Because, you know, for the last 28 years, dude, I walk through that door and I've got to bring it. Doesn't matter how I'm feeling, what's happened. I've had births, deaths, everything, man. You name it, I've had it. Yeah. And you just come in and just be professional. And I said, I need to bring it here today. Yeah. So it's the same thing with you as well. So you got to do the same thing. You got to get the same feel and same placement. Yeah. Any other questions?
No, that's all.